there's over 3,000 species of them. Some can squirt ink. Some fly underwater. Some make food from the sun. And some eat poop. Meet sea slugs, a group of underwater blobs that might just cure cancer one day. Discover Pals presents Prescription Slugs. My name's Nicole, author-illustrator of the Discover Pals educational nature children's book series, and today we're going to talk about sea slugs. Sea slug isn't one single species. It's a catch-all term for marine gastropods without a visible shell. They're related to land slugs and snails, just found in the ocean. As we said before, there are over 3,000 species of sea slugs, which include sea hares, nudibranchs, head shield slugs, sea angels, and the recently famous sacoglossin, the leaf sheep. Today, we'll specifically dive into sea slugs whose medicinal compounds and special abilities inspire us to push the boundaries of biomedicine. First, we'll start with the underwater bunny-looking blob, the sea hare. Sea hares are some of the largest species of sea slugs, some growing up to and over about 15 inches in length, which is about the size of a watermelon. Sea hares live in coastal, temperate, and tropical seas around the world, in sheltered areas with plentiful marine plant growth like seagrass beds, rocky shores, and tide pools. Sea hares are named for the hair-like shape of their head tentacles. They look like cute bunny ears. There's so many cool things about the sea hare, but we'll start with their chemical warfare. When threatened, sea hares squirt a cloud of reddish-purple ink to confuse predators like fish, lobsters, crabs, and even other slugs. This is similar to a squid's defense. They also secrete a snot-like substance called opaline mucus as a second chemical defense. The ink serves two main functions. One, cloud the predator's vision and disrupt their other senses, kind of like a smoke bomb. And two, confuse the predator into thinking there's a different tasty meal nearby. So let's break down what exactly is in this ink and how it does this. A plesioviolin is a purple pigment derived from red algae that is a key component of the ink. It deters predators on both levels of olfactory, or sense of smell, and gustatory, or sense of taste, and can temporarily blind them with its color. At the same time as the ink, they secrete opaline mucus that can physically clog a predator's chemosensory receptors. This basically gives the predator a stuffy nose and interferes with their ability to smell. The opaline mucus and ink contain amino acids like lysine and taurine. When both of these secretions mix, they can stimulate the predator's chemosensory neurons, which sometimes triggers a deceptive feeding response instead of an attack. This is called phagomimicry, and it's a defense mechanism that confuses a predator into eating the fake food slime, which allows time for the slug to escape. And last but not least, when the ink and opaline mucus mix with seawater, as they would under the ocean, it can produce hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide and related compounds oxidize sensitive receptor proteins in a predator's antenna or mouth parts. This causes chemical irritation or even mild burning sensations that disrupt their sense of smell and taste for several seconds. In other words, it's like the predators being hit with a burst of underwater pepper spray. Not deadly, but enough to make them back off fast. Sometimes the ink doesn't work. Like in this situation where a larger nudibranch is eating this smaller sea hare. Luckily, some species can swim away from predators in what looks like bizarre underwater flight. Marine biochemists have discovered dozens of special abilities and bioactive compounds from sea slugs and their prey, some with anti-cancer, antiviral, and antibacterial properties. The ones we'll talk about today are dolastatin 10, latrunculin A, and a special ability called kleptoplasty. Now let's dive into what makes these so special. Dolastatin 10 was originally found in sea hare ink in the 1980s, specifically from the wedge sea hare. However, researchers later discovered that the real producers of this chemical are the marine cyanobacteria that the sea hare eats. After eating, the sea hare stores these compounds in its tissues, which gives scientists a natural and convenient sample source to study. The natural compound by itself was originally too toxic and unstable for direct medical use. But chemists modified its structure to create auristatins. In simple terms, auristatins stop cancer cells from multiplying by messing with the cell's internal scaffolding, or its microtubules. This halts tumor growth and can trigger cell death. So they don't hurt healthy cells, auristatins like Dolastatin 10 are used in antibody drug conjugates, or ADCs. These are like delivery systems that essentially DoorDash this medication directly to cancer cells. These special delivery systems and medications make up targeted cancer therapies, with the most famous example being brand name Adcetris, an FDA-approved drug used to treat Hodgkin lymphoma and anaplastic large cell lymphoma. It's not just cancer drugs. Sea hares have also demonstrated long-term memory and learning habits, and research on this won Dr. Eric Kendall here a Nobel Prize in the year 2000. Latrunculin A is found in the colorful Caribbean-based lettuce sea slug. Latrunculin A is a powerful neurotoxin found in the sponges the slug eats. This compound is used as a research tool to study neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, cancer cell movement, and how cells remodel and adapt. But that's not the only special thing about the lettuce sea slug. Both it and the leaf sheep are photosynthetic. Yes, you heard that right. These slugs can make food from the sun just like plants can. Although they're not born that way, they essentially steal the photosynthesis ability from algae through a process called kleptoplasty, or theft of plastids. They feed on algae, then steal the algae's chloroplasts, which are the parts of the plant cells that capture sunlight. They keep these chloroplasts alive and functional inside their own cells for weeks to months, performing photosynthesis and producing sugars. For them, it's a great survival trick for when food is scarce. And for us, it's a great wonder of science. This is mainly because there's no other animal known that can do this. Engineers and materials scientists study this kleptoplasty ability to design biohybrid solar cells and light-powered systems that work the way these slugs do. These insights may one day lead to bioengineered skin patches or implants that generate power from light. Imagine medical devices that never need new batteries so long as you get some sun. So sea slugs are incredibly important to science and medicine, but how are they also important to our oceans? Sea slugs of all kinds play a critical role in ocean ecosystems. They feed on algae, coral, sponges, and detritus, better known as poop, which helps to keep reef ecosystems clean and balanced. Sea slugs are also great indicators of ocean health. Sea slugs are sensitive to water temperature and pollution. A sudden drop in slug diversity often signals reef stress before other species show it. There's little things we can do every day to help. Look for reusable options for disposables. Straws, for example, can be bought just once for your kitchen and come in many shapes and sizes. Ensure your trash is thrown away properly. Sea hares especially are susceptible to trash pollution since many live in shallow coastal waters near humans. And finally, tell your friends about sea slugs and how important they are. Together, we can ensure that all kinds of sea slugs stick around and thrive for generations to come. So let's recap. There are over 3,000 species of sea slugs, many with chemical warfare defenses and special abilities. 2, sea hares have been utilized in Nobel Prize-winning research and are critical to the development of targeted cancer therapies. And lastly, the lettuce sea slug and the leaf sheep are the only known photosynthetic animals through kleptoplasty, and they inspire advances in biomedicine. If you're looking for an easy and educational way to share sea slugs with your kids, please check out my children's book, Reef Pals, where you'll find nudibranch sea slugs on page 9. It's available at my website at reefpals.com for first edition copies like this one, and also on Amazon. What's your favorite thing about the sea slugs we talked about? Leave a comment below, don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out my next video for more fascinating nature content. As always, thank you so much, and see you in the next one.